Hey guys, today I want to show you my new react of his idea. It's greatly various and I might as well use it.
I don't think I could sit down right now. We still don't know, right? And we don't have any idea when it's going to be called. Okay, is there any polls? I mean, is it literally going to come down like Alaska and Hawaii and stuff like that? Because we never wait for those people. We don't know. We love them, but you know, they're too far out west. Now, I think we can agree that this has been an absolutely exhausting, bruising election for everyone.
That's right.
And it has come to an ending that I did not imagine. We all now feel the way Rudy Giuliani looks. Seeing this election, seeing this election, you know, people all around the world. I mean, she's going off to Portugal. Everybody's saying, has America lost its mind? And the answer is evidently, back off, buddy. We got 300 million guns, and we're kind of stressed right now. By every metric. I mean, we are more divided than ever as a nation. Do we have this graphic from earlier before? According to the Pew Research Center, more than 4 in 10 voters say the other party's policies are so misguided they pose a threat to the nation. But you know what? Everybody feels that way. And not only that, more than half of Democrats say the Republican Party makes them afraid. Well, 49% of, do I have this right? Is it 49% of Republicans say the same thing about the Democratic Party? So both sides are terrified of the other side. And I think that's why the voting booth has a curtain, so you have someplace to hide after the election's over. So how did our politics get so poisonous? I think it's because we overdosed, especially this year. We drank too much of the poison. You take a little bit of it so you can hate the other side. And it tastes kind of good. And you like how it feels. And there's a gentle high to the condemnation, right? And you know you're right, right? You know you're right. When I was a kid, we didn't think about politics this much. A lot, but not this much. I grew up in Watergate. That was my first president was Nixon.
Wow.
I'd come home from school. Couldn't watch the Beverly Hillbillies because there was Senator Sam Ervin with the big eyebrows talking about crimes committed in the White House. That was a great dividing moment, I think, in American politics. That's the moment where we all stopped trusting each other. Because Vietnam was wrapped up in that too. People were dying for political expediency rather than a cause they believed in. But as a kid, even with all that, we didn't talk about politics as much. We stuck with safe subjects. Like, you know, back then it was like, you know, you talk about religion at the dinner table or trying to guess which family member was gay, you know, back when it mattered, you know. Politics used to be something we thought about every 4 years, maybe 2 years if you didn't have a lot of social life, you know. You cared about the midterm elections. And that's good that we didn't think about it that much because it left room in our lives for other things and for other people. I'm from a big family. Jimmy, Eddie, Mary, Billy, Margot, Tommy, Jay, Peter, Paul, and Stephen. My mother was born 2 days before women could vote the first time in a presidential election. And again, we don't know what's going to happen, but I was thinking this was going to be the time that she got what she wanted. She told me at age 92, short before she died, oh, I think I would vote for Hillary this time. It's time. She only voted for one Democrat in her entire life. That was Kennedy. Because, spoiler alert, we're Catholic. Politics is a lot of horse race, and horse race is gambling. And gambling is, according to the Bible, a sin. Because it itself is a poison. Worrying about winning and not what the consequences of winning is. And I think the people who designed our democracy didn't want us in it all the time. Informed, yes. Politicking all the time? I don't think so. Not divided that way. They designed an election that was meant to confuse us and bore us a little bit. That's why the Electoral College exists and C-SPAN. and why the State of the Union begins with 20 minutes of shaking hands with grandpas. But now politics is everywhere, and that takes up precious brain space we could be using to remember all the things we actually have in common. So whether your side won or lost, we don't have to do this shit for a while. So keep your American flag up, but you can take off your American flag hat. You can put away your I voted stickers, and you can get back to your life. And I'd like to try to end this election season right now by voting unanimously on a few things that all bring us together. And fair warning, some of these are silly. But in the face of something that might strike you as horrible, I think laughter is the best medicine. You cannot laugh and be afraid at the same time, and the devil cannot stand mockery. So here's some things Americans don't fight about. Here's one thing Americans can all agree on. When you agree on something, do you shout yes? Yes! Of course you do. Here's another. No matter where you stand on Hillary's private server, every American agrees work email sucks. Yes. Also, no matter what your age, race, or political party, every American would agree that Kit Kats should be eaten in segments, not bitten into like a normal candy bar, you animal. And every red-blooded American knows that if you're ordering a bunch of pizzas, there's no reason to get a veggie one. No one's gonna eat it. For Christ's sake, plain cheese is veggie. And all of us, I believe that all of us, from Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon, know that there are too many Portlands. They need to be numbered. Oregon, you're Portland number 2 now. And if you make a living pranking people on YouTube, all Americans ask that you walk slowly into the ocean, then put that on Snapchat. And as Americans, there are things we will never forget, but none of us will ever remember what the War of 1812 was about. Were we mad at Canada or something? I don't know. For it was Martin Luther King who reminded us to judge people not by the color of their skin, but whether they reply all on mass emails. Deep down, Americans know Alex Trebek will never die, and if he does, it won't count because it was not in the form of a question. Real Americans believe that low gas light on your dashboard is not a warning, but a challenge to see how far we can get on whatever amount of gas is left in the goddamn tank. I say we're making it to Tulsa. We stand united in our knowledge that the biggest selling point of Cool Whip isn't the taste, but the fact that it's free Tupperware. It's time to set aside our differences and agree that we will pay extra for guac. It's nice to get a real card in the mail once in a while, and the first person to get up for seconds at a wedding buffet is a goddamn hero. And above all, everybody up! Everybody up! My country, 'tis of thee. My country, 'tis of thee. And above all, we as a nation agree that we should never, ever have another election like this one. Do you agree? Now please, get out there, kiss a Democrat, go hug a Republican, give a libertarian a reach around. I don't care. The election is over. You survived. Good night, and may God bless America.